home and you want to play on your playlist. So let's just start with some nice deep breaths. It's always nice to take a few minutes at the start of class and at the end of class. So we know this is a shorter class than usual. We won't spend too long here. But just these few minutes, just maybe to settle in to your environment. See if you're happy with the location you've picked today for your mat. And just start with focusing the breath in, coming in through the nose, the chest, the tummies, and the ribs, all moving with the depth of the breath. As you lay here, just take a quick kind of overlook over the body. Check in on yourself. How are you feeling? Is the body okay? Is there any little niggles? Do you need to just honor them as you practice, or are you good to go? So let's just take 3 more big deep breaths. Two more deep breaths. Just becoming completely aware of yourself, aware of your own breathing, aware of how you're resting your body, aware of the pace of your own thoughts, the type of your own thoughts. One more big deep breath, and then we're going to start getting the body is ready. So let's start wriggling out through the toes, wriggling out through the fingertips. Maybe taking a nice big long stretch. Any little yawns that might want to chill on a Sunday morning. Maybe this is your morning to yourself. So take some nice big stretches, feel good. And then we'll roll up into a little ball, squeeze the knees in towards the chest, wriggle around a little more. And then we're going to take a little few rocks and rolls forward. And we're actually going to start off into a down dog. So we can rock all the way forward, roll up onto the knees, bring ourselves into tabletop, and then just start pressing back into some down dogs, lifting the hips up high, shimmying a little bit from side to side. You feel like you're taking that first stretch of the day. Hips up high, sway the hips a little bit from side to side. Any little adjustments you need to make. Pull up your pants or pull down your tops or whatever it is you need to do. Those first few adjustments. Close that bra. Glad I spotted that. Okay, so from this down dog position, we're going to take our big toes into touch, okay? So pressing big toes together, pressing heels together, and then try and press your shoulders back a little bit more towards your legs. If your knees need to be a wee bit bent, that's fine. Bend your knees a wee bit if they need to. Okay, so from here, we're going to rise our right foot up to the sky. So rise that right foot up. And then you're going to look back your own hips and try and lower your right hip in line with your left hip. So keeping the hips closed, so we know that we can have a 3-legged downward dog where we really lift the hip bone high, but you're going to lower your right hip down in line so that your right heel is in line with the back of the right bum. Okay, so a little lower Sarah, a little lower Denise if we can as well, and Roisin a little bit lower as well. So right leg in line with the hip. And then keeping the left leg plugged into the ground, you're going to walk your hands back in towards this left leg. So it's going to start firing up that left leg straight away today. So you're pouring down into that left leg. Okay, if you need a little bit more space from that plant, Denise, you can pull your mat all the way forward. There's nobody in front of you, so take up lots of space. And roll your toes to point downwards, heels point upwards. I'm just walking back in towards that leg, maybe folding the upper body down a little bit more, maybe bringing the chin in towards the shin. Maybe the legs aren't even warm at all yet. So just take your time, breathing for 3, pouring more weight down into that left leg, trying to straighten as much as we can and hinging down. So there'll be lots of this action today where we lift the leg and pour the body. So get used to this feeling. One more big breath. And 1. Walk the hands forward. Zip the right leg back to meet the left leg and push the shoulders back towards the legs. Bend your knees a couple of times if you need to just flush out the legs a little bit. And then when we're ready, pushing the right foot flat to the mat, lifting the left heel up, line up the left heel with your left hip, and then start walking the hands back again, powering up that right leg, powering up the right hip, hamstring, heel, everything in that right leg, maybe folding down chin to shin. Breathing here, hip in line with the heel, not too high, so not a standing splits just yet. Power back through the heel, breathing for 3. Good, straighten out the knee as much as we can. Head comes down, heel lifts up a tiny bit more, Roisin. 2, folding over that leg. 1 more big breath. And 1, lower that leg down. Good, toes together again. And then step your feet back. Take a little moment where you just sit back onto our honker. So press the bums back to the heels. Legs get a little break for a moment. And then when we're ready, pulling up through the tailbone, lift the bodies back up. Again, big toes together, press them in, rising up onto the tippy toes as high as we can. And then this time we bypass the hip and we're going to power the leg all the way up towards the ceiling as much as our legs are able to do just at this moment in time. Right toes point up and right knee is straight. And then, same as before, we're going to walk the hands back again towards the toes. So we're going to try and frame our left foot with our right hand and our left hand and then fold down over that leg, trying to go chin to shin as much as we can, folding down over the leg for 5. For 4, get this feeling of the higher the top leg lifts, the lower body folds more. 3, inhale, exhale, lift the leg actively from the inner thigh. 2, tilt. Last big breath. And 1, walk the hands back out. Good, taking the right foot down to meet the left leg, back into that over dog. So pressing the shoulders back in towards it again. And then left side, lift up onto tippy toes, toes together, heels together, and lift your left leg high, tilt at the hips. Feel the side body go long, and then walking the hands back and pressing the right heel flat to the mat. Folding in as much as we can, chin to shin. Try and frame the right foot with your right hand and your left hand. Make this little box shape, fold over, breathing here for 5. Good, lift up higher. For 4, let's have we look at the zoomers. For 3, any more space, Gemma, keep lifting that leg, and Belinda, tilt your hips, tilt, tilt, tilt. For 2, 1 more big breath. And 1, fold it down. Good, press the feet together, step them out a little bit, drop your knees, sit in your hunkers for a moment, and just flush out the legs. Good. Okay. Couple of deep breaths there. And then when we're ready, lifting back up into our down dog position. We're going to take our big toes together, heels together. We're going to look forward our hands and press the whole line of your big thumb and your inner wrist together with the hands. So your fingertips point outwards. So it kind of looks a bit like a splash, like hands spread really far away. Elbows are going to bend. So your thumbs are together, your inner wrists are together, and you're going to bend your elbows outwards so your head has got space to pop through. So quite strong in the shoulders, so a really skinny down dog. So wrists together, thumbs together, everything together, inner thighs together, pressing into the skinny down dog shape. Try and press your heels flat to the mat as much as we can. We're warming up those shoulders, and then very slowly pressing your right heel flat to the mat. Lift your right heel in line with your right hip and balance. So your arms have to work a lot here to hold this shape. Breathing for 5. For 4, breathe. For 3, thumbs together, wrists together. 2, balancing on that left leg. No distractions. And 1, right foot comes down. Balance again. Push firm through the heels of the hand, push through the heels of the feet, and then slowly start to lift the left leg. So your left heel is in line with the left hip again. Lots of work in the ankles, lots of work in the shoulders. Let's have a look for 5. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the elbows together for 4. Press the heel down. Good. Solid like a rock. 3. Keep breathing. 2. Thumbs together if we can, Anne-Marie. Thumbs together, Blenda. I can even see on Zoom. 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. Slowly bring it all the way down. Okay, so the shape of the hands would want to be right in like this. You'd really press the hands in rather than gets a little bit too easy if you have the hands out like this. So try and really wing them inwards. Okay, so you feel like the arms fire up a lot to hold that shape. Yes, good. Okay, so we're going to start moving a little bit more. So we'll start with our flow. So we're going to back to down dog, stepping the right foot forward, stepping the left foot forward. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold ourselves down. We're just going to start with an arm square B just to warm up. Okay, so inhale, breathe the arms all the way up, reach up towards the thumbs. Exhale here. So Surya B, inhale, breathe up. Exhale, hinging, folding down. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands down, step or jump, back of the mat. Smooth down to our chaturanga. Inhale, pull through. Exhale, flick back. Breathing for 5. Walk out your down dog if you feel you need to. For 4. Inhaling and exhaling. 3. Shoulders press back. Good. 2. Heels flat to the mat. Heels slightly outwards. Last big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Can we jump or walk? Top of the mat. Brilliant. Land soft. Half rise. Exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, sweep all the way back up. Reach up towards the fingertips. And exhale here. Cool. We'll start our flows. Off we go. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, rise. Exhale, jump it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through. Lift the collarbones, bend into the spines. Exhale, flick it back. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Lift those legs all the way up. Stepping it forward, top of the mat. Okay, rise the body up. We're going to do a little bit of leg work here now. Okay, so we're going to drop down to the left knee, just till we tap the ground. Lift back up. Okay, lower it down. Lift back up. My legs are still sore from Thursday, so God help us for next week. This week we go nice and slow. Next week there will be some jumping, so maybe don't have your breakfast before class next week either. 3, 2, no wine, no breakfast, and 1. Okay, so we're coming in. We're going to take this left leg forward. We go for this little eagle leg where we wrap and we squat. Okay, and then we step it back. Okay, so for 1, wrap, squat. 2, wrap, squat. 3, good. Squat. 4, nice. 5, 6, 7, keep going. 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Good. This time when we come forward into the right leg, we're lunging forward. So we're coming into this warrior 3 shape. So you're really using your right glute now to hold this after that little warm up, okay? What we're gonna do is 10 of these where we lower and lift. Okay, right hip is working, yes? Lower and lift. 2, lower lift 3, lower lift 4, lower lift 5, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fold it forward. Standing splits. Hello, bums. I think in the other class we christened this an ass blast. Breathe. You need to. It sounded like Roisin brought a bottle of wine when she came into the studio earlier. The lattered out of there. Folding over that leg. Keep breathing here. Let that whole right hamstring just breathe, okay? Stretch it out. Breathing for 5. Inhale, exhale. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Folding over that leg. 2. and 1. Slowly bring the chest forward. Press the left leg back. Step the right leg back to meet it. Lower the body down, chaturanga. Inhale forward to our up dog. And exhale back. So we're really happy with 2 legs. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, carry the left leg forward, top of the mat. Rising up this crescent shape. Drop the knee down for tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Eagle legs. Okay, so step it forward. Wrap, squat for 1. Good. Wrap, squat for 2. Really get a nice squeeze of the legs when we bend down. 3, 4. Just breathe. 5, 6, 7. I think if we called it the ass glass class, do many people come? Many people like, I'm not going to. 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Lunge it forward. We're coming into this warrior 3 knee bend for 10, 9, strong legs. 8, if it's too much to stay stationary. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing splits. Feels nice after that. Folding over that left leg. Breathing here for 5. Keep breathing for 4. Keep stacking the hips as much as you can for 3, 2, 1 more big breath. And stepping it back to the back of the mat. Lower down both legs, chaturanga. Inhale up to our up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Hips up nice and high. Shimmy a little bit from side to side. Checking those legs feel okay. Breathing for 5. Let the side of the bodies go long. For 4. Over dog with the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Look at the gap. Okay, so we're going to just get the heart rates up. We're going to take 5 little tuck jumps, and then on the 5th one, you're going to land forward. So you're going to try and think about your thighs coming in close to your tummy as you jump, your heels coming up to your bum, pressing the shoulders down, and then land soft, okay? So just try and land nice and soft. On the 5th one, we're going to jump forward, land top of the mat, okay? Push the ground away, tuck jumps for 5. Get the heart rates up. 4, nice. Good, Miriam. 3, hips roll over. 2, on the 5th one, can we jump it forward? Nice, Denise. And 1, good. This is fit and flow. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, roll and sweep. Bring it all the way up. Exhale here. Okay, we'll go again. We won't do so many rounds. We'll keep adding as we go along. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands down, pike, stop, jump, whatever feels right. Back of the mat. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through. Exhale back. Up to tippy toes. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, carry your right leg forward, top of the mat. Okay, just 4 this time. Okay, so lower the knee down. Back for 1. Lower. 2. Lower. 3. Lower. 4. Eagle legs. For 1. Good. 2, 3, and 4. On the next one, 4 bent knees and warrior 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pouring down into your standing splits. Lift that leg up really high. Point the toes. Exhale, bring that left leg all the way to the ground. So we're doing our kick switches, okay? So remember our kick switches, you bring your right heel back. 1 leg lands on the ground each time. You're not doing both legs at the same time. So your left leg kicks up, your left leg lands, and your right leg's in there, okay? So we're doing 10 of these. For 1, 2, 3, remember to breathe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we land it back? 9 and 10. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog. Exhale, bring it all the way back. Inhale, step forward, top of the mat with the right foot. Step it all the way forward, top of the mat. Rise up into your warrior two, okay? So these are like your little moments of stillness. Brace the legs, press that right knee back, reach out through the right fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling here for 3. Get the heart slow. So we lift the heart rate, we lower the heart rate. We lift them, we lower them. 2. Last big breath. And 1. You're going to take your hands heart center, take your back leg in a little bit. Get ready to wise out into warrior 3. Then we're going to broaden the arms like an airplane and then lower the arms down, Ardha Chandrasana. Right fingertips come down, left fingertips lift up. Breathing here. Flex the left toes towards your eyebrows. Stack the shoulders for 3. Grip with that right hip. Inhale, exhale. 2. Last big breath. And 1. Bend your right knee and your left knee at the same time and step forward into Malasana. Drop it down. Sink the bums. Use your knees to be pressing outwards, elbows to the inside of the knees. Tuck your tailbone in. So notice if you're a bit slumped down, can you press and lift the body as much as you can? Really dig the elbows into the knees. And what we're going to do is take your elbows away then, but hold your knees in the same place and lift your bum. Little lift, okay? For 3, your bum muscles might quiver a little bit. Keep it. 2, lift it tiny little bit. And 1, lower it down. Back to Ardha Chandrasana. Right fingertips come down and flick. Good. Ardha Chandrasana. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep breathing. And then, can we roll it back to warrior 3? And then back to warrior 2. Breathing here. Okay. Right hip working. Yes. Inhaling and exhaling. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Take the legs back into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog. Exhale back. Left side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. 4 rounds. Step the left leg forward, top of the mat. Bending the back knee. Present. And lower down for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Eagle legs. Drag the leg forward and wrap. Sink for 1. Good. Nice balance, everyone. 2, 3, and 4. Step it back. Lunge it forward. Warrior 3. Good. Knee bends. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Arms out like airplanes. Rotate the chest. Rotate the hip. Down we come, Ardha Chandrasana. Breathing here. Try and lift that top leg high. Engage the left glute a lot. Breathing for 3. Lift the right hip. 2. And 1. Step it forward. Bend both knees. Malasana. Sink down. Find your chair, little seat. You drop down into the hips. Press the knees. Brace them outwards. And then up we come. Hover. Squeeze the bums. For 3. For 2. And 1, drop the bums down, left fingertips come out wide, back we kick, Ardha Chandrasana. Lovely, lift those hips up. Can we float into warrior 3? Not easy. Good, drop your back heel down, warrior 2, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground, legs come back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale up to our up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep breathing for 3. For 2. Good. Shoulders press back. And 1. Bend at the knees. Pop, land forward. Top of the mat. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold away. Inhale, roll and sweep. Bring it all the way up. Exhale here. Okay, off we go again. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, fold away. Inhale, we'll look forward. Exhale, hands down, legs back. Lower down, chaturanga. Through to our up dog. Push to our down dog. Inhale, step the right leg high to the sky. Then step it forward. 4 bends into your crescent. Bending the left knee for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Eagle legs for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Knee bend in warrior 3.
for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Extend the arms. Ardha Chandrasana, turn. Roll it down, lift your left hip high. Find your balance, keep kicking the left leg high. And then out we come, Malasana. Drop it down, lift the bums for 3, hover. 2, use your glutes to hold it there. And 1, kick it back out and through, Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe. Roll it into your warrior 3. Nice. And then fold it down, standing splits. Fold down into that top leg, breathing here. Okay, kick switches. Take the left leg down, draw your right leg back a little bit. Left leg kicks up for 5, 4, 3. We want to land with our right leg out in front again. 2, 1 more big breath, and 1. Kick it so your right leg lands out in front. Inhale, rise up. Warrior 2. Good. Breathing here, and then we're going to reverse it. We're going to add on some standing poses here. So right hand turns out, left hand turns up, yawn it back into your reverse warrior, and then stretches forward, Parvakonasana. Either the forearm can come to the thigh, or the hand can come to the ground. 3 more of these. Inhale, lift. Keep the right knee really bent. Exhale, forward for 2. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, forward for 3. Nice. Inhale, lift. Back to warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down. Legs come back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up to our up dog. Exhale, bring it back. Left side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, carry the left leg forward, top of the mat. 4 of each. Bend the back knee down. Lift it for 1. And 2, 3, and 4. Eagle legs. Drag it forward and wrap. Make sure your knee bends. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warrior 3. Lovely. Flex the back heel. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Airplane arms. Rotate the chest. Ardha Chandrasana. Lift the top leg high. Breathing here. Can we return it into the Malasana? Bend both knees. Drop it down. Lift the bums for 3. Really squeeze. For 2. Nice. And 1. Drop the bums. Flick back into your Ardha Chandrasana. Lift the chest high. Roll the body out. Warrior 3. Find it. Fold it down. Standing splits. And then kick switches. Right foot comes down. Get ready to kick switch. Right foot up, left leg lands. We want to do these for 5 and land up with our left leg in front again. 2, 3, elbow squeeze. 4. Can we land with our left foot in front? 5. Left foot lands in front. Inhale, rise up into your warrior 2. Then reverse it. And flick it forward. For 1, we're doing 3 of these. Inhale, rise, lift. For 2, nice. Inhale, reverse it. And 3. Inhale, back up. Handstand hands. Exhale, both hands come down. Haven't forgot about the tuck jumps. So stepping your left foot back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through to your up dog. Exhale, bring it back. 5 breaths, then we're doing our tuck jumps. Okay, so catch your breath. Breathe it in. We know this class is only an hour, so we work hard for the hour. Inhale, exhale. We're doing great. For 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. For 1. Look forward. Bend the knees. Go for 5 tuck jumps. Up we come. For 1. Let the hips roll. 2. Land soft. 3. Maybe hold it. 4. Can we land forward on the 5th? 5. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep back up. And exhale here. Okay, so lower the repetitions. We'll keep adding things on. Inhale, breathe the arms up. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, roll. Exhale, hands down, legs back. Lower down. Chaturanga. Feeling well warmed up now. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back. 1 round of each. Don't worry, we won't keep doing 10 or 4. Lift the right leg high. Step it forward, top of the mat. Dropping the left knee down. 1 crescent lunge. Lovely. Lift it back up. 1 eagle leg. Squeeze it. Press it back. Good. And 1 knee bend into your warrior 3. Lovely. Super. Spread the arms out wide. Rotate down into your Ardha Chandrasana. Lifting the left hip. And then stepping the knees forward. Malasana. Lift the bums. 3. Inhale, exhale. 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. Stepping the right hand out. Lifting back up. Find your Ardha Chandrasana. Then rotate your chest, rotate your hips till you come to your warrior 3. Fold your hands down into your standing splits. Good. Stepping the left leg back. Just 5 kick switches. So kick your left leg up. Land your left foot down, kick your right foot up. 2, 3, we're gonna land with our right foot in front. 4, and 5. Good, land with the right foot in front. Stepping the back leg back. Warrior 2. Reverse it. Parvakonasana. Nice. Bring it back up. Nice. So you're gonna straighten your front leg. You're gonna lift on your heel and we're coming down into our surfer's lunge. So you're gonna bend deeply into your left knee and lower the body down. Skandasana or surfer's lunge. Okay, so take a little moment to sit down into it. Your left heel may need to lift a little bit, but you're trying to get that left heel down as much as we can. We're gonna take our left shoulder and shimmy our left shoulder into our body. Press your left hand down, your right hand up. Good. Breathe here. Maybe a bind if your shoulders feel okay. Take your right hand behind your spine, catching your left wrist. Breathing here for 3. Inhale, exhale. 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. We're going to flick from side to side. So you want to stay down low for your Skandasana. Try to resist the temptation to come all the way up. So you're going to bend your right knee, dig the heel to the ground, and then shimmy over to the right hip. Sit down low again. Good. We'll do 3 of these. Bend and straighten. For 1. Good. For 2. Nice. Over on the right side. We're coming back to the left side for the 3rd one. And 3. Nice. So you're coming up to goddess. So you're going to think about strong legs. Try not to use your arms if you can. You're going to really press your legs down as you lift up. Turn your toes and turn your knees out. Okay, so get those inner thighs working. Yes. Sit the bums down low. Let's take a tiny little bit of respite here. Take your hands to your inner thighs. Rotate your chest to the right center. Good. And then back in. Leaning forward, retaining to the left. Just stretching across your upper back. Nice. Then bring it back to center. Turn your knees out as wide as you can go. Turn your toes out. And we're doing 3 sumo squats. So we're lowering the bums down. Lift back up for 1. Knees rotated outwards. Legs might be quivering a little bit, aren't they? 2. 1 more big breath. Lower. Lift back up. Turn your toes towards the top of your mat. Inhale, handstand hands. Exhale, hands come down. Right leg kicks back. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Left side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Lift the toes. Exhale, bring the left leg forward. Brilliant. 1 of each. Lower the knee and lift it. Lots of focus on the legs. Bring the leg forward. Lower the bums. Lift it. Step it back. Warrior 3. Find it. Reach it. Knee bend 1. Lift it back up. Reach out through the arms. Ardha Chandrasana. Lift the hips up. Step it forward. Malasana. Lift the hips for 3. Inhale, exhale. 2. And 1. Flick it back. Ardha Chandrasana. Open it out. Warrior 3. Squeeze your tummy muscles. Lower it down. Standing splits. Press the right foot to the ground. Again, kick switches with your right leg jumping first, and we want to end up with our left leg in front. For 5. Squeeze your elbows. Try to get a little bit of air time if you can. 4. 3. 2. Can we land with the left in front? And 1. Lovely. Rise it up. 1 breath, warrior 2. Reverse it. Parvakonasana. Good. Bring it back up again, warrior 2. Straighten the legs. Bend deeply into your right knee. Nice, surfer's lunge. So we're at the back of our mats now, deep into our right knee. Let's take your right shoulder into that right thigh. Maybe take your left hand to the sky. If that felt okay, maybe a bind. We reach behind, you catch the wrist, but still hovering. Try not to sit on your left bum. Hover, hover, hover. Breathing here for 3. Inhale, exhale. Legs are switched on strongly. And 1. We're coming over and back 3 times. So stay low. Good. For 1. For 2. Like a little crab. For 3. Want to end up back in the right leg. Roll it around. Good. Get strong in the legs. Lift up into your goddess. Nice. Turn the toes out. And again, just a little break. We roll our chest to the center. Good. Release it. Roll our chest to the other center. Release it. Good. Lift your body up. 3 sumo squats. For 1. Legs strong. 2. 1 more. And 3. Lift the body up. Turn the toes towards the top of the mat. Hands stand hands. Exhale, hands come down. Legs come back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Your up dog. Exhale, bring it back. 5 breaths here. On the next round, we'll have done all the poses. So catch your breath. You're nearly at the full round. So breathing. How are you doing for time? Good. For 3, spread the fingertips and our tuck jumps are going to come next. For 2, 1 more big breath. And 1. Tuck jumps. On the 5th one, land forward, top of the mat. For 5, 4. Maybe hold it if it felt okay. For 3, 2, 1 more big breath. Can we land it forward? And 1. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll and sweep. Bring it all the way up. Exhale here. Okay, so we're coming to the peak round. How are we feeling? Yeah. Breathe. Okay, everyone actually feeling okay. Yes. There. 1 more. I can't even see the zoomers. I'm like, okay, last round of the full round, then you can choose what you want to do. Okay, so off we go. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, fold down. For sure, of one thing, we will get strong, fit, and flexible with this class. Lean forward with the shoulders. Jump the hips up. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, back. 1 round of each. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, carry the right leg forward, top of the mat. Lift the body up to crescent. Bend the knee tap. Step it up. Good. Eagle leg. Bind. Step it back. Warrior 3. Lift it up. Knee bend. Bring it back. Airplane arms. Roll the chest. Ardha Chandrasana. The right fingertips to the ground. Nice. Left foot bends forward. For 3. Squat. Malasana. For 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. Flick it back. Nice. Lift that left hip high. Rotate into that warrior 3 position. So close the hips. Level the chest and then down into your standing splits. Good. Lift that leg up high. Pressing the left foot down. Can we kick to a kick switch? Maybe if you're able to hold it, work on holding your handstand if you feel that line might be starting to come. So for 4, for 3, 2, you want to land with your right foot in front, and 1, lift it up, warrior 2, nearly there, the right side, reverse it, Parvakonasana, nice, inhale back up, lovely, Skandasana, left leg, nice, goddess, 1 sumo squat, lift it up, face your toes towards the top of your mat. We'll add in the last few poses now. So rotate your hips to look forward, coming down over to fold over that right leg. Folding down, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. We'll have an option now for Ardha Hanumanasana or full Hanumanasana. For 3, legs are well warmed up. For 2, try and straighten the knees as much as you can. And 1, lift the chest, drop your back knee down. Good, either come into half Hanumanasana, which is where we just fold over that right leg, or maybe if you feel you want to extend into that right leg, sliding the right leg forward and the left hip comes down if it feels okay. Stuck in 3/4, that's perfect. Breathing here for 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. Lifting back up, squeezing the right knee in. We're going to roll into a side plank on the left side. So left hand comes down, curl your back toes round, lift your right leg high, side plank. Okay. Then your right hand is going to roll down. So you're into a full plank, okay? You can either work on the strength of how we lean forward. I bend my elbows and I slip my knee onto the back of my elbow, okay? So that can be the strength element first, or we can go for the full pose where we come forward. We can either hook your right hand in underneath your right leg, and you can extend in towards this right leg and catch the back hip at the same time. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going with that one, that we can kind of hover and hook, or we can work all the little bits of strength element before that. Okay, so your left ribs are caught by your left arm, and the back of the right thigh is caught on the shelf of the back of the right. So there's that kind of weird bent elbow strength we talked about that we know is kind of tricky in yoga. So you want to lean forward and bend the elbows at the same time. Okay, so give it a go. Either hover into your plank. You can even do kind of a little hybrid. I'll turn this side so you can see. You can do this kind of little hybrid where you'd work on just kind of holding the leg out here and maybe bending it forward, maybe hooking it back, but bending your elbows in and seeing, can you lift the leg? Nice. That's it, Denise. Can you lean forward? Tip up like a seesaw. Yes, that's it. Keep lifting the back leg really actively away from the floor. Yes, good. Breathing here. Flick the legs back. Plank. Yeah. Lower down. Chaturanga. We've the left side to go. Inhale up. And exhale back. Inhale left leg high to the sky. Point the toes. Exhale, carry left leg forward. Strong legs. Lift it up. Lower it down for 1. Bring it forward and wrap it. Lower it down. 2. Good. Lift it forward. Hover it out. Number 3, which is the warrior 3. Reach the arms. Lower the body down. Ardha Chandrasana. Kick the legs forward. Malasana. For 3, lift the bums. For 2, last big breath. And 1, back we come. Ardha Chandrasana. Roll the chest. Lift it up. Warrior 3. Fold it down. Standing splits. Drop the right foot down. 4 kick switches. We want to land with our left foot in front. Let's have a look in. Haven't seen them in a while. Up for 1. Straight knees. 2. Straight knees. Straighten those knees, rotating. For 3. Land with your left foot in front. And 4. Good. Left leg in front. Inhale up. Warrior 2. Reverse it. Parvakonasana. Reach it back. Skandasana. Right knee bends. Left leg straight. Lift it up. Goddess. Turn the toes. 1 sumo squat. Lift it back up. Turn the toes towards the top of your mat. Fold over your left leg. Toes facing forward. Shorten your stance if you want to go a little deeper. Breathing here for 3. Inhaling and exhaling for 2. Last big breath. And 1. Rise the chest. Drop your back knee down. Either a half, 3/4, or a full Hanumanasana, whatever feels okay for you. Sliding the left leg forward and sink the body down. For 3. Inhale, exhale. 2. Last big breath. And 1. Lift the body back up. Hug that leg in. We're coming to high plank on the right side. Step the left leg back to meet the right foot. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. High plank. Good. Breathing for 3. Pull the hips away from the floor. For 2. Last big breath. And 1. Left hand comes down. High plank. You can stay here, or you can work that knee to elbow strength, or maybe that knee to elbow to bent elbow strength. Good. Hover if we can. Nice knees. Now really actively lift that back leg up like seesaw. Lift it up high. Breathing here for 3. See where your ribs have fallen through that gap of your arm. So try hug that rib in a little bit more to that arm. For 2. 1 more big breath. And 1. Stepping it back, jumping it back. Plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Through to our up dog. And back to our down dog. Take a few moments here. Well done. That's the full flow. Catch your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. If you need to get a wee drink of water, if you need a wee child's pose, now's a nice time. If you've got any questions, now's also a nice time. The wind, it's nice. I can feel it even coming through there. It's lovely. Any questions on that flow? No? So do you want to break down the arm balance a little bit more? Okay, so does anybody have a belt? Okay, the belt, you don't have a belt. No, that's okay. The belts, does anybody else, do anybody else know you have a belt? So the belt, if you want to practice it at home, can be handy as well. So as I was saying to Denise there, you can kind of fall through the gap of your arm sometimes. If your arm wings out at all, you just slither on through that little kind of hole and it's hard to hold it. So what you can do with the belt if you're at home practicing is you would make a little hammock with the belt. And also blocks are really helpful as well. The more distance you have away from the floor, it's like having longer arms. It's going to be easier for all these arm balances. So you can also use 2 blocks for your hands, which will help to just rise you off the floor so you have more clearance. So if you were using a belt, you would use it the width of your ribs or even a tiny bit smaller so your ribs can't fall through it. And you'd put it on that gap of your arms like that. So choose what distance you want it to be, and that stops you when you come down into kind of this feeling here that you can't just go, like you can't fall through it anymore, it catches your ribs, okay? So that's where that will come in handy, that you would just keep that on it there. It doesn't really teach you how much to do the pose because it just teaches you how to not fall it through, but remember that try to squeeze your elbows in, don't let them sit out here. Okay, so you would try that with the belt if you liked it. Another way you can work on this one is working down. So we've really gotten into the hips here. So see this action where I'm trying to bring my leg over my shoulder. I can work on binds. I can do loads of these things here to try deepen that for myself. Then when I have that, I try to line up my fingertips, make sure my fingertips, and I work with a little bit of bent elbows and try and lift this leg. So it doesn't matter if you do it like here or if you've got flexi hamstrings, you can bring it forward. So then if you have your belt on, you can lean forward into that little hammock and see the way this, the more you lift this leg, it's like a seesaw. The lower down it comes, I lift up, the more this lifts up. So you can really feel that you're kind of playing around with that kind of like tip, 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 tip. And it's a nice way of kind of coming down into it. So the more your rib can rest and the more you can tip yourself up, like the standing splits, the higher we lift our leg, the lower our body comes down. But check, you don't just rest your face. You do see some people doing with their cheek completely on their face like a pillow. So try not to rest it. Try to feel that you are aware of what your fingertips are doing. So play around with those feelings of how you can really get your knee in underneath. You'll find one side is always a bit tighter than the other. This needs to be good and sturdy. So see where I've got a nice shelf there for my arm. It's not out here and it's not in here in my tummy. It's got a good shelf there. Okay, so try even with a little like kind of grasshopper leg where your toes point backwards, or the full pose where your toes point forwards. So big bent elbow strength. So your left elbow needs to bend loads now, Maria, and lean forward, tilt forward. Yes, that's it. Now tilt to that toes. You're there, you're there. I know. That's it. Keep leaning. Your leg is so light, you're there. And lift it. You're hovering, you're off the ground. Yes, you are. How are we getting on over here? Gemma, how's this going for you? Nice, Anne-Marie, good setup. So you can see why it's nice to do it in this flow because we've done so much with the legs. It'd be a shame to lose all of that kind of flexibility. That's it, Denise. Now catch that rib, elbow in. It goes out, yeah.
Do the bend down again, Orla.
What did you say, Belinda? Sorry.
Do the bend down again. So
the bend down a bit. The seesaw. From which side? Is this side better for you, or this side? What do you want to see?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see your arms.
Oh, no,
the other side. Do the other way.
I'm not talking to myself, by the way, but I'm just talking to my ear. So when you come down, you can do it with a knee bent if your hamstring isn't so flexy. So when you come down into it, see the way if my leg is kind of dragging, I can't get much of a lift. But the more I can lift this leg,
okay, yeah,
it's going to help as well. So really actively use your lower abdominals and your hip flexor to lift up.
Okay, I thought fit and flow was going to make me fit. I didn't realize you had to be fit.
You're very fit. You're very, very, very fit. Okay, so the more we do this flow, the more flexible you become, the more, like if you think about that, that's, as Belinda was saying, you need to be able to do these things, but you don't need to be able to do them. The more you just do all the lead up to it, and that's why we only do this once, because everything else leads to that point. So we practice it once, if it's not there, we don't care, we come back to it again the next term, and we try it again, and we see how much stronger we got, how much fitter we got, how much more flexible everything has become. So it's kind of little by little by little, you just keep building onto kind of the principles of what is going to make it happen. Yes. So will we lie our bodies down for a little moment after all that? That was a good flow. Well done, everyone. I'd say burn a few calories. So many calories to burn. So bend your knees in towards your chest. This is what happens when I'm not a member of FELDA anymore. So we have to figure out how our yoga practice will work for us. So knees squeeze in towards your chest. Okay. Our legs did a lot of work now. So we're going to kind of do what's called a double frog now. It's a bit of a funny looking pose, but really effective for stretching across the front of hips that we're after doing. So from our spines, I'm actually just going to roll onto my belly. So maybe if you're at the back of the mat, you want to face forward on the front of your mat. So we know our 2 frog legs. We know frog legs when we come to the mats like this and we slide out that direction of frog legs, and that gets the inner kind of groins. And we also know our frog legs where we work like this action here, okay? So we're going to do a double frog. So with our right knee, we can slide this knee out and we have this little frog leg, and we're looking for, so if I take my knee past the right angle, I lose the hip work. But if I make sure that my knee is in line with my hip and my toes are kind of flexed out, I have this little flat frog leg. If your hip flexors are very tight, you're going to notice you're kind of up in the air a little bit like this. So you're trying to kind of get both hip bones. Imagine that if I was allowed to come and adjust you anymore, I would come and put a little bit of pressure on your right hip. Okay, so that right hip is going as flat as it can. The toes are flexed out. And then what we're going to do with the left knee is bend our left knee in towards our bum. We're going to reach back and we're going to try and do that frog leg with this as well. So we're kind of flattening across the front of our pelvis and try and get it so it's effective. Like I know I can escape it if I take this knee up or if I don't bring it up far enough. So try and feel that you genuinely are feeling your hips working. It is a cool down, and breathe here. Okay. If you feel it's all too much doing both at the same time, just work one at a time and try and level off your hips. And we're breathing here. Try and imagine the hips get heavier the longer you stay there. Try and get that right knee in line with your hip and try and roll down your right hip as heavy as you can. Let the heart rates come down. And then very carefully releasing that back leg that's bent and then hugging the right knee back into it. Give your little hips a sway from side to side, just rock them out. And then we'll do it all again on the opposite side. So the left knee is going to slide up. Try and lower down your hips as much as you can. One side is often tighter than the other. Just take a moment to let that settle so you're not kind of coming in with gathered tension. And then if it felt okay, try and bend your right knee. Reach back and catch that right foot. If you're feeling it pinching in your lower back, ease back. So you want to make sure the pelvis is doing the stretch here, not your low back compressing. And again, 5 big breaths here. Check that that left knee is in line with the hip, not too far above it, not too low behind it. Three more big deep breaths. Notice how you're breathing. And then we'll slowly release the bent knee and then draw the frog leg back. And again, give your hips a little sway from side to side, check in to feel okay. So we're going to find a really comfortable child's pose to finish in tonight. So, or tonight, so this morning. So when you come back to your child's pose, try and kind of pick yourself up onto your hands and knees, okay? So find this little space in your hands and knees, toes together, knees really wide. If your knees feel okay to go as wide as your mat. And very slowly, start to bring the bum back. So we're really just stretching out those outer glutes, inner thighs. Your legs feel okay for a few days. Okay, so just slowly feeling that you're just stretching across all those muscles that worked. Okay, so if you feel like, oh, I don't like this, I just want to lie in Shavasana, that's absolutely cool. Head on into Shavasana. But if you just want to give those legs just a little bit of love before we head home, they worked hard today. So just check that you're stretching those inner groins and hips. All those knee bends and drops and lifts and everything would have fired up the legs a lot. So find comfort in your child's pose, whether you're resting your chin, your forehead, or your cheek. And if it's uncomfortable, if it's like even 3 out of 10 of effort for you to hold this, just bring your body down into Shavasana. A couple of more deep breaths here, and then we will bring our bodies into Shavasana. Hopefully you're beside a nice window or there is a nice cool breeze. So get yourself set up when you're ready in your Shavasana shape. So let everything just rest. It's a short and sweet class, but the Shavasana at the end should still feel nice. I saw you laugh, Miriam. Short and effective. Okay. So we'll let our bodies rest for 2 or 3 minutes before we head off and enjoy the last day of our weekend. It is a gorgeous sunny day out. A really nice breeze. So I hope you have some nice plans, whether to chill or relax in your gardens. So for now, just slow it down. Focus on eyebrows, just relaxing back, taking any look of stress away from your face. Let the lips soften. Try and feel all the muscles of your face. Just have time to rewind back. Notice how nice it feels at the end of class. Just slowly breathe. Think about your right hip in particular and try relax all of the muscles, the fascia and the ligaments around that hip joint. Then zoom your attention over to your left hip and try and relax it as much as possible. The front of it, the side of it, the back of it, the inner thigh, everything around those hips, try release them. So let's take some final big breaths together. Breathing as slowly and as deeply as we possibly can. Two more. Breathing deeply, breathing slowly. One more big breath together. Again, just focusing on the depth and how slow you can make it. So whenever you start to feel that you've cooled down enough, you can start to wiggle out some toes. Stretch out through some fingertips, maybe the wrist, like kind of curl your fingertips in towards your inside of your wrist like Spider-Man, and then maybe stretch them out. And then whenever you feel ready, starting to add a bit more movement in. Wriggle out more, maybe side bend or curl in or lengthen out. And then whenever you feel ready, knees come in towards the chest. Really focus your attention into your low back here as we settle down. So we did a lot with our hips, so just give your low back a particularly emphasized press onto the mat. And then when you feel ready, a little roll and a rock forward and bring it back up to your seat. Come together, easy cross legs. Hands in prayer. We bring the thumbs towards our foreheads and we breathe in thoughts of kindness. Drop our thumbs towards our lips and we breathe in words of kindness and thumbs at our hearts. Let's hope that hearts and heads have got this. We bow forward and then we honor each other, we honor ourselves, and we honor the tradition of yoga. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Good work. We're all still friends. Thank you, Jen, Belinda, and Anne-Marie. Thank you. Thanks a million.
Have a lovely day. Bye, Orla.
Oh, good.